Hello, I'm going to do a reading for you here at night, and I know it's a bit dark, but that's how we're going to do it. So I hope you're all doing well. I have been so super busy. I actually know one of the animal cards did not get put back right, but I don't know where it is. Oh, is that it? Well, anyway, I know one of the animal cards is not here, but I don't know where it went. So if it shows up, we will take it as a sign. I will say that many of you have had either a lot of activity, elephant fox, going on in the astral dream world, or a lot of activity. Ooh, we have not seen stag spirit in a very long time. And fox. Or a lot of activity going on in like the 3D world. We did get elephant, learn from the past. We've got horse, freedom is yours. 2533 and groundhog. That's a weird energy to come out. And cow and then giraffe. So interesting energies right here. I feel there's an element of confusion right now. August 31st may have been an important moment, day. Maybe an important day. Look at. This 10 of Cups reverse just keeps coming out. I feel like we have so much energy from the past that we are going over and over and over, especially him. Look at that. There's a question here. Yeah. There is a question here on his mind. Very heavy on his mind. Why? Look at all of that yellow. It's like he's very aware that he destabilized his own creation, is the word that they want to use. Did you see how there's all these pentacles here and there's all these cups here? It's funny. I just went and got some ice and it melted very quickly. And I feel like that's a question on his mind of, he kind of knows you're the icy. I know we have the King of Swords and the Queen of Wands. But I have this weird kind of switch up energy right here for some reason. And he's kind of wondering, like, he's watching, he's waiting. He's wondering, mask, of course, heart with a key, passion, axe, interesting. He's been showing up differently. We have healing heart in reverse on the bottom. We have camera, the chaser in reverse, Cupid, love call, addiction, not enough, and boat. My goodness gracious. So the feminine seems to be very much, I did a private reading today and this word has been coming up over and over in conversations with people, and it's like, it came up heavily in this reading, and it was like, in a weird way, but it's like, when are you going to take your mask off, feminine? Like, you want to, you've been waiting to, and it's kind of like the time is upon us for you to make that decision. It's so funny. It was so quiet for like a couple hours. It was really quiet. And there's supposed to be the meteor showers tonight, and I was going to go watch them. I still might, but Deceit, Magician, Garden and the Gate, all tied up, Goddess and the Moon. I kind of like the night lighting, I'm not gonna lie. The World in the reverse, Door to Romance, and the King of Swords upright, with the reverse Angel of Love. Part of me is very drawn to the Six of Cups, and the card in the vice versa deck is kind of showing up in my mind, where there's the girl in the water and the man on the bridge. And I feel like he's thinking about all of the water under the bridge. And it's not just what has happened, it's also like what did not happen. And all of like I know what the Six of Cups means as a card, but we as readers, like, we get feelings off of cards. It's the best, I guess, way to describe it. And it's giving me this kind of Neptunian fantasy energy right now, especially with all these cups around it. It feels very watery to me. It feels like he had so many fantasies in his mind that constantly were like reminding him of you. That's what I'm getting off of this fish energy. And it's like, it's interesting, right? The page has the fish in the cup. Okay, it's his feelings. And it's kind of like, okay, I can take some of the water and the fish and put it in the cup, or I could just dive into the ocean, right? So she's like literally in the ocean, in the water, holding the moon. Like, this is you. And in a lot of ways, you were just waiting. Is that it? No. Here it is. You know, you were just waiting. And then, you know, you were gone. And all of the memories and the fantasies and all of the, it's like echoes. I don't know how else to describe it. It's like past life echoes. And they're all playing back, like on repeat here. Because there is kind of a desperation to end a cycle and begin something new. And like I started to say, and I feel it still, that the awareness that he had, you know, and there's water here behind him while he's juggling. The awareness that he had was that he just kept creating this cycle of pain, right? I almost want to put like a figure eight, this figure eight in between the cassette, like looping things. Like, he didn't ascend. He chose not to ascend. He didn't get in the water. He just stayed with the pain. He reprinted the pain. Like, it's like a replay of the pain over and over and over. And I feel like it's been like 9 cycles here. And he chose that in whatever way he chose it. Again, you know, the 6-9 thing's been going on for like 5 months now. And in a way, it's kind of like when you put them together, they make the yin yang, but it's also kind of like an 8, right? So there's a part of him here that worries that your heart can't ever be healed or will never be healed. You'll just hold on to this pain forever and you'll never let it go. Because I think what he thought is whatever needed to kind of be settled or like hatchets buried would have been done by now. You would have gotten over whatever you needed to get over, and yet what happened with you was this, like, I'll call it the great expansion here. You know, I've only heard this once or twice, but from my understanding, the sign of Gemini rules manifestation because of, you know, Gemini rules the hands, and manifestation is that Mani, right, of the hand. And it also is the divine feminine. Now, like, it rules over the divine feminine energy. I've only heard that one time. But in a lot of ways right now, with Jupiter and Mars in Gemini, it's a pretty interesting energy for expansion. Especially because Gemini is ruled by Mercury and it's in retrograde. It's like, kind of like, the only things going forward are like love and action. And so much is retrograde right now. So much is up for, you know, examination. And in a way they're saying like cross-examination. Like, there are things available to be seen right now that you don't normally get access to. And it's weird. It's like normally you hear like the feminine's waiting, but right now in this spread, it feels like the masculine is waiting. Past life relationships, separation, honeymoon, healing family issues, new love, chemistry, free yourself in reverse. So interesting, because I was gonna say with this all tied up energy, it's a very 8 of Swords energy, and that's been kind of coming up all day for me. Let go of control, and now we have deception in reverse. So we had deceit up here. Make the effort. It is safe for you to love. I feel that there's this kind of, oh my gosh, I can't believe they're giving me this reference. Nobody's gonna know this reference, Spirit. A long, long time ago. I don't even remember when. On Saturday Night Live, they would have the cone heads would have like a cone of silence, and it would be like a chamber of light that they would sit in. And there's something about this I don't know, you're just so strong right now. And it's even like if you're facing uphill battles, if you're facing obstacles, if there is, it's like we're going back to the elephant here. Don't let the past get in your way or hold you back, whatever it says. Learn from your past. I feel like part of that is like you are learning from the past, and it's in a very advanced way. Like, it's like enough is enough, and I feel like with this Two of Wands right here and the Ten of Cups, you're seeing through a lot of baloney. Like, the way I get this feeling, it's either family or friends or a job or something that you're seeing through, like, God, I don't want to be triggering. And I think it's different for different people because they're kind of showing me multiple different scenarios. And so take it as it resonates, whatever fits with you. But so what I get at first, the first thing that came to mind was like, you know, you're understanding that you kind of just fit into somebody's, you know, space in a way. And like, I don't know, I just feel like the feminine's being very mature about some things here. Like a Ten of Cups is a very, very mature energy emotionally. And it's also knowing what you want. And yes, it is in reverse, but I think it's because you thought people were being really honest with you, and you thought people were being like there was a mutuality here, you know, like, oh, these are solid relationships, this person has my back, this is a ride or die person, this person really gets me and we're really close. And then all of a sudden it's like you become very aware of this mask of some sort, where maybe you've expanded, you've healed, you've grown, you've changed, but you didn't change like, hey, I don't want this relationship anymore, or this job, or this friendship, whatever it is, but it made the other person uncomfortable. And so I feel like you're seeing through that of like, hey, I guess because I don't fit in your kind of wound space. I know that's a really weird, it's like these people are trapped in their emotional corral, and they are not freeing themselves, and you want to, or you are, or you have, or you did, and you're very much aware of this fact that you're not like a very good actor in their play anymore. And people talk about this a lot, and it has been coming up quite a bit. And I really, really, really don't want you to overthink and overworry about if someone's pulling away, if you feel worried about a situation. I find that I just always, in the situations I've seen and in my own situations, it's kind of just better to let things be and focus on the growth that you really feel strongly that you need to do. I don't know that I want to do that deck. Do I? I'm going to do this deck. And if someone can't accept, like, the new facets of you that you're showing, that they were always there anyway, but they were just, you know, silenced, held back, in the shadow, masked, whatever, however you want to say it. I have kind of been doing a lot of research around that area about what links like this masking and how we kind of, it kind of bridges everything I can find, like the spiritual, you know, community, the psychological community, the trauma community, the odd ADHD community, and more. So they want you to know you're protected and that you're giving your power away unnecessarily right now. And I'm not, trust me when I say I understand, and I do that. And this is not judgment at all. It says, call back your power, cut the cord, soul retrieval. It's just like, it's really hard sometimes when you love someone that's been a part of your life and you just have to allow them to be on the journey that they choose to be on. And it's such a point of maturity. It's so challenging for a lot of empaths to make that, like, growth. And it doesn't always, like, sometimes you set a boundary and then something happens and you break it, and there's all sorts of scenarios, right? So starseed, what lights you up? And I really feel super strong with Saturn that, especially for manifestors, manifesting generators and generators, I don't know about all of them because I'm a manifesting generator, but I feel strongly right now that you have a choice, and it kind of fits with these cards here, that it's like either you choose to kind of be led by your passion, which is what you're supposed to do in human design as a manifesting generator, or you choose to kind of stay stuck. Now, this reading wasn't really about you being stuck, because I feel like you're coming out of that, but sometimes I think we do the psychological work and then we get stuck on the emotional work, and then we have to kind of go through the cycle again to really get the lesson. And then it says, answer the call. What is your soul calling you to do? Play, have fun, celebrate. Don't be too serious. I think I said that. Align your life. Sisterhood of the Rose. Council of Light. Dance. There's something strongly coming up here. It says take a break on the bottom, that you need to, I feel a lot of pressure in this reading to be responsible. Like, there's a huge Saturn sitting here and it's dominating my eye line, and the feeling of these cards, even though we do have several cards that say play, take a break, dance, don't be too serious, there's a serious overtone in a lot of these cards that feels like, this card says, what's no longer in alignment with who you truly are. That, yes, I feel like you want to have a certain lightness but there are some responsibilities present in life that are allowing that to fully be the case. And I feel like there's a lot of energy here of, it's like this remembering a more innocent time and a more innocent you. Especially it feels like for some of you, that initial honeymoon period, because I have the chemistry and honeymoon here, where it's like 6 to 8 weeks when you and your masculine have that energy wall down. You know, it's kind of known in whatever, in the twin flame world, that it never is like that again. Even in union, is my understanding, is that it never feels like that kind of free folly type energy where it's just, it aligns so much. Everything feels like it's just a gigantic synchronicity, and it's just so overwhelming. But there's also the flip side of that. For any of you that's been through, like, because there's all different ways it can happen, but there's a common way that it usually does happen, and that's that there's this like 6-week-ish type period where there's just a honeymoon, and then it just cuts off. Sometimes it kind of drags out a little. It just depends. But you'll also never have that again. There's that aspect to it too. Unless they're saying you create that back and forth in and out energy, which is just horrible. And then you just keep re-triggering each other because you're not really doing the healing work. And I could see that being some type of interpretation here too. Like, if you need to hear that, if it's in and out energy and you're trying and you're just like, I can't take this anymore, that's why. Like, you have to focus on yourself. And it has to be like a kind of voluntary choice that you choose yourself. And yeah, it takes a tremendous amount of strength. And yeah, you have to get over being a victim. Like, it won't work unless you decide to take responsibility for your life. Like, that's honestly the entirety of the twin flame journey right there. I don't know why they're having me do this right now. In fact, I almost feel like I want to get more tarot. Because the feminine feels so very strong right now. Like, incredibly strong to me right now. And I don't particularly feel that way. Like, there's a lot of things going on that I'm facing. But I can say that those really big things are giving me this, like, awareness that I do have a choice between, do I rely on external circumstances to make me happy, or am I happy? And then we just, oh, wow. Queen of Wands, wow. Wow. Holy guacamole. I can see why they're like, get more, another court card. Yet another person. And another person. I think we have one minor arcana here. Sorry, we have two. Hierophant and that 8 of Cups. I don't even know. I think that's upright. Bottom of the deck, Ace of Cups. 3 of Wands, 10 of Pentacles, Knight of Cups reversed. So, you are showing up as 3 Queens and the 9 of Pentacles. Oh, there was a firework. Oh, wow. Some of these came up in the reading I did today. And they were strong. A lot of them, actually. There's a lot here about him hearing you talk in his head. So he says, I write texts and I delete them. Aries, Leo, Magician, blah, blah, blah. Sorry. You can tell what mood I'm in. There's just a lot of excuses, and I'm kind of like done with excuses. This is very pre-Empress energy right here, and it's definitely like, this is very fascinating, first of all. So he's trying to like bend reality to his will, right? King of Pentacles with the wheel. We have this circular energy running through here. And I've kind of been seeing it all day with the Ouroboros. But it ends on the Hanged Man with the Seven of Wands reversed. You know, it ends with him basically beating himself up and stopping himself here. And we do have Pisces energy, which is again that victim mentality, just not moving, sacrificing, and thinking, you know, it's interesting that we even have a wheel stuck in the ground here. Like here, the lizard man and the cat woman are trying to get the Sphinx to roll the wheel, and here it's kind of abandoned. So in a lot of ways, I get that there's like a moon face that he's talking to, and an owl flying, and some dogs. These are the dogs from the moon card. So, you know, in a way, it's got an egg with a snake wrapped around it. In a way, he's like, I don't know why I'm getting this energy. It's like, you're this star. And I got it when I looked through the cards again to find the Six of Cups. I saw the star energy. But on this deck, it's like a water bearer. And I felt very strongly that he's drawn to that energy. It's like this gushing of emotion, this outpouring of water, right? There's water here, and I feel it again. And she's got her feet kind of bare and in this water. And the other card, she has them on the earth or the grass. But center stage here is this water energy where he's just wants, and like a couple people and me this week have talked about how the Aquarius is an air sign, but the symbol is the water bearer, and we all feel like very confused by this, right? Here's the star. And the star is Aquarius. And then on the back, we have this dude show up in the rain. And it's like he wants to capture you, like, and harness your light. Like, this is a radiant. I'm just going to show you the front, which is how it came up. Radiant. Pre-Empress. And then here's the back. And look at the moon. And look at the owl. Is it a dove or an owl? And then, again, here's the back of this with the bird and the moon. It's like he wants to capture your light in his, or himself. And this is like dragging on for some reason, but it's important, I guess. Like, I just picked this up. It's not the deck I want to use, but look how crazy that is with the water, the moon, and then the grass and the portal. And it says beginnings. That's crazy. It's like he just thinks, well, if I can just get her energy again. It's like you're looking back and you're thinking about all of these things, and he's looking back and he's thinking, remember when all she wanted to do was talk to me, and all I wanted to do was like get away, and I didn't even really know why. And now all I want is for her to pay attention to me again, and she is more interested in herself. See, your commitment's being tested. A new romantic cycle begins. We are in the first quarter moon right now, and surrender to the divine, a new romantic cycle begins. So a lot of full moon energy here. Surrender to the divine, you and your loved ones are safe. There's something here that is worrying. Communication is key. I feel you're a bit guarded in a way, and yet you are also, because I can't disregard this groundhog energy, and I can't disregard the fact that there's 3 queens and they're all kind of sitting very stoically in their throne. In fact, there's not any real expression on any of these women's faces, and he's showing up trying to get attention. Like, there's no more attention getting than this situation. There's the back with the watermelon. And it is at night. He seems to be showing up only at night here. And I almost get this energy right now. So this is, I looked up Twin Flames, but from this card, which it is not the meaning of this card, is that I get that mask energy, but I also get fake profile energy. And to the point where it's very, very strong. And I almost think, I don't want to say something too weird. Like, it may purposefully be the other gender, or someone very different than his gender. Obviously, it's his is not referring to his gender; it's the energy. And just to like really throw you off, I almost get this like feeling that you've interacted with this person. It says luck is on your side. A new start is coming. Show the world the real you. Look at that. She is crazy. Don't let your past hold you back. It said that on the card before, I think. I don't know what card. It said it on the card. Look, all of the time that I talked about the water bearer, and this comes up with the full moon, and she's literally sitting in the water with her back to him. Look at the bigger picture. Full moon in Sagittarius. End of a type cycle approaches. Full moon in Capricorn. You are good enough. Full moon in Virgo. You are, and your loved ones are safe. So again, that comes up. And then we have work through your fears. That's the card I was hoping would be there. A win-win outcome is forecast. We're getting a strong win cards and strong luck cards. And yes, some did come up in reverse, but I don't really read them this way. And then on the bottom it says, nothing will come of the situation. Communication is key. Balance spiritual and practicality. Be bold and make the first move. I think if you're waiting something an outcome on something. It is going to be positive. So I do want to say it's a win, but it's also a win, right? And I'm trying to get to the root of this. Nothing will come of this situation. I think if you're wondering about will something go forward, I think it's not going to become more serious. And if you're wanting something to kind of be dismissed or over or ended, I feel like that can happen. There's something here about you realizing your worth and you really transcending any kind of victim mentality. Like if you take this chance and you, not take the chance, but if you take this opportunity and you look at the bigger picture, show the world the real you, I think there's a part of you that fears someone's judgment or someone's opinion. And like there's a real thought here coming through about, you know, don't forget you're this queen and you're worthy of good. And if someone is like judging you or accusing you of somehow being, you know, not a good person or something like this, they really want you to tap into your, like, I got ancient wisdom and peace. Tap into that ancient understanding of, you know, again, it comes back to something I said in the beginning, and I don't think I'm going to say it exactly the same way, but they're bringing it up again. It's like not doing all that you could possibly do in a situation is not the same thing as having bad intentions, right? It's like, yeah, you're a human being. Maybe you didn't act perfectly or always take the high road, or they kind of want you in a way to admit your vulnerability. That seems to be coming through here very strong. And there's something you can kind of pull on from the past. It's almost like, I want to say mother. Like the mother energy, they're showing me fives. Like there may be difficult challenges around the mother relationship. And I feel like part of this is like closing out the way that she taught you to view yourself in a way. Yeah, we got purification again because I got something. Oh, that was a quote I looked at. Part of, oh yeah, we got take action, self-love. I'm just going to pull these because they're beautiful. Look, today I did a private reading and these two came up, the rhodochrosite and the rose quartz. And here we have rhodochrosite. I knew it. And rose quartz. That's cute. Those are two great stones. We also have kunzite, which of course is one of my favorite stones of all time. It's such a beautiful stone. I don't know. It's very pink, but it doesn't show up that way. It's for self-love. You have this Master Teacher card of Ancient Wisdom. You have the Amazonite, Life Purpose, and Labradorite, Take Action. And they really want me to highlight the Malachite, where when you heal yourself, right, you become like a conduit of healing. You become a healer. And it doesn't mean necessarily you go around healing people. Like, you don't have to do that as your job. it means that anyone that comes in contact with you will have kind of an access point to that energy to draw from. It's just that spreading of healing, right? It's just the same way as, you know, when you come in contact with somebody that's wounded, you also feel that contact point. Like, you get part of that energy. So clear quartz is purification. It's always such a great stone to work with. It's just the universal kind of stone. Amethyst is meditation. It also is really great for mind because it correlates to the Aquarius energy, the Uranus energy, which is in retrograde right now. And when you're having like compulsive thoughts, compulsive fears, addictions, amethyst is the stone to use. Klaxonite in the New Beginnings, and then the malachite with the healing, which for me it's always like a Taurian stone for some reason. I don't know. I don't know what sign that it correlates to. I'm sure somebody's figured that out. Okay, we'll get a few of these cards. These aren't Ascended Masters, but they kind of are. I have much more of my cards over here, but it's just been so overwhelming with the remodel and everything being everywhere that I just haven't had energy to really organize anything. But I'll get there. Athena, Unga, Abantia. I'm not gonna take that one. Rihanna and Sorcerer. You're a magical person who can manifest your clear intentions into reality. So it's basically what I said. Look at Don't Back Down, Bridget, the feminine. Stand up for what you believe is right. I think some of you may have a little bit of a fight on your hands in some capacity. And you may have to voice opinions that aren't necessarily easy. The universe is pouring its abundance out to you. Be open to receiving. There's no need to hurry or force things to happen. Everything is occurring in perfect timing. You know what to do. Trust your inner wisdom and take appropriate action without delay. So again, we have the owl showing up. Lots of owls. Romance. Cupid's arrow strikes. There's a big nod, and we have the dove again. Big nod to the past, and I shuffled, but it came out anyway. Romance, Cupid's arrow strikes, freedom. There's nothing stopping you. The path is clear if you want it to be. Life is a series of constantly shifting cycles. When we resist change, we resist the natural flow of life, and we create unnecessary stress. Go with the flow. You'll be surprised where it leads. Haven't seen the Twin Flame card come out for a while, so it says your passion ignites. And I feel that super strongly, like moth to a flame energy. Just very, very intense. You know, they want you to keep your thoughts kind of pure. And try not to dwell on negativity. And try not to... You know, there's a lot here about choose your cycle that you're working towards or going towards or intending very carefully. Sometimes I understand, and I do this too. Sometimes it feels like we just have to, you know, say, oh, that's God's plan, or this is the way it's going. And it says acceptance is the key to inner peace. At times we must accept things as they are. There's no point in trying to change that which is beyond our control. And then it says, if you could do anything, what would it be? The answer dwells in your heart, not in your mind. For the heart is the gateway to the soul. So I think what they're saying here is let go of that constant need to try to control things with your thoughts which sometimes it's, you know, really hard to do. And try to tap into your heart and your wisdom and the natural, like, abundance you're born into. Because, you know, I see what they're getting at. I really see it. And I don't know if I can completely do it justice. But it's like, if someone fights you and takes what's yours, or you think is yours, and you engage in that fight, you're kind of agreeing to a lack viewpoint, right? Now, am I saying don't fight that fight? No, you're going to have to decide on that yourself. You know, that's something you're going to have to live with for your whole life, right? So, but they're just saying this person is really not in control of you unless you let them be. And so even if you choose to fight this fight, it doesn't define your entire viewpoint, your entire prosperity, your entire life. Like, I feel like so much of the time, and this is really kind of a Hierophant energy, that people get stuck in one fight that they lost forever, and it becomes an identity, and it becomes the victim mentality that they kind of define themselves in. And they're saying, like, it really never has to be that way. We are just get really afraid that there's not more for us, or if someone tells us we're a loser, or they don't love us, or something bad about us, that we think that's the truth of the matter, when it's not. All right, I'm going to end it there. I hope that has helped you. I very much appreciate you being here, and thank you so much. Bye.